Hi everybody, Bob with Knives Town here. I have today a review for you, a Magnum knife. Magnum is a division of Boker, and that is their high value line of knives. A little bit more affordably priced, but very high value. You do get a lot of knife for the money. This particular knife that we're looking at is the Boker button lock. It's a pretty famous or long-standing pattern that they've been making for quite a while. There's the stock number, and let's take a look at it here. The knife ships in a plastic sleeve. And it is, you may recognize this pattern. It's been around the block. It's called a button lock, and when you first see a knife like this and you see that button right there, then your first instinct probably is to imagine, oh, it's an automatic knife. This particular one is not an automatic knife. However, it's been produced in enough quantity and has been around long enough that there are aftermarket conversion kits that you can buy for this knife. So, you know, if that's something you want to do and it's legal for you to do that, then you can do that. And the knife has kind of been designed as a manual, but designed with the possibility of conversion in mind. So we'll take a look at how that, specifically in reference to the safety, I believe, is most applicable to that point. But anyway, let's take a look at it here. There's the knife in the open position. The technical specs are 2 5/8 inch blade, handles of aluminum, then good solid aluminum too. Good thick aluminum. It's a good solid slabs there. The overall length is 7.8. That is 420 stainless steel on that drop point blade. It is a combo edge blade, and it does have the black DLC coating to protect it from corrosions and scratching and so forth. It does have a swedge up at the top there near the tip. All right. There is some patterning on the handle there for improved grip, as well as to allow channels for runoff of any liquid or anything that might get on the handle of the knife that might make a slippery grip. It's got a pocket clip there, which is not reversible or swappable. That would be tip down carry, if that's an issue for anybody. It does have a lanyard hole, a good sized one. Handle shape is good. It's got the shape there to lock your hand in, front and back. Fits in there real good. There's some jimping on the top. And you know, I mean, I can tell you, it's just, I mean, it's a modestly priced knife, but it's absolutely solid. I mean, this is good value. This is very good value. This is a very well built, solid knife. Good thick slabs of aluminum, locks open, no wiggle whatsoever. And then when that's closed, it locks closed, and there's no play in the closed position either. It's locked. Let's talk about that lock. The button lock locks the blade open and closed. So as you can see, it's not a one-handed knife. It is a two-handed knife to open, and the button it's locked right now in the closed position that automatically. And when the button is depressed, it can be then opened, and then it opens and locks again. and it is locked. It is a button lock or plunge lock, so it's not a liner lock or a back lock. And then that button is depressed again to close the knife. Then there is an additional safety on the back of the knife here. This little piece right there with that traction grip on it, in the closed position, that is pushed forward, and that prevents the button from being pressed. Okay? It cannot be pressed. I pull that rearward, and then the button can be pressed. Now, but interestingly, that does not also work in the open position. In the open position, this safety, it cannot be pushed forward. It cannot be engaged. So you can press the button. That safety works in the closed position only. And that's what I'm saying about this conversion to automatic. You know, I mean, it's just a little bit odd to, you know, on most of the knives that I've seen a secondary safety like that, the knife blade is under some kind of tension. I mean, even if it's just a spring assist. But, you know, I mean, because the point is that it protects that button from being accidentally pressed, and thus firing the blade. So if it's in your pocket and somehow that button is accidentally pressed, that would happen, you know, in an automatic model. That's the point of that. But in a manual, you know, okay, suppose the button does get depressed. You know, I mean, nothing's going to happen, which is why I say that, you know, it's kind of been made with the conversion to auto in mind, I think. The other reason I say that is because there's no nail nick on the blade. The blade has to be opened manually. You have to press the button and then open the blade manually with your hand, with your fingers, but there's no nail nick on the blade anywhere. So it seems to me that it's kind of been made with the potential of that particular conversion in mind if the customer wants it. Because if the knife was converted to automatic, then the safety would make more sense, and not having any kind of a nail nick on the blade would also make sense. But in the manual position, in the manual model like this, you can think of the safety kind of like along the same lines as like a child safety cap on a medicine bottle. You know, I mean, if you know, that will prevent the button from being pressed to open the knife, and provide an extra layer of safety in case the knife were to fall into young hands. So, but it's a very good knife, manual or otherwise. This is a very nice knife. It's just rugged, solid as a tank. That button lock is an excellent lock system, very strong, very solid. It's got a good shape to it. It's got a good usable blade. It's a popular knife. It's been around for a long time, so if you're looking for a good quality, high value, just regular work knife or everyday carry, you might want to look at this. All right. Well, thanks a lot. I'll see you again.